What's up, guys?
What is going on, guys?
Good. Welcome to the third episode of the Essential Podcast.
Woo, third.
The big.
We're not gonna try and make it an hour and 15 minutes this time.
Yeah, I don't want
We just
that.
got carried away.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
We talked too much that last episode. Though, if you didn't listen to the anime part, it was more like 20 minutes, probably. All right, so first, before we start, the whole video, thank you guys. Recently, as of this video, we have reached over 30 subscribers. Isn't the number 35 right now, Noah?
Correct. It is 35 subscribers.
And also today, I released the ice bucket, bath challenge.
Challenge. Yep.
I guess maybe I should talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that was horrible. That was horrible.
Talk about your experience, what you felt.
Okay, so basically, the way it worked was, I planned out that I was going to use my mom's bathroom, because she has the bathroom with the tub, and I went to Tops. And I bought 2 big bags, which are each 20 pounds, and then I bought 4 small bags, which are 7 pounds each. And my original plan is I was going to put in the 2 big bags, 2 small bags, and then as like a joke toward like the end of the video, I was going to put the other 2 small bags in. But that didn't happen because I didn't realize it was going to be that fucking cold. Oh, Noah, it was horrible. It was horrible. I thought I put my hand in and I was like, okay, this is cold, but maybe I can, with just sheer willpower, I can do it. And then I put my legs in, and I couldn't. I was like, I can't stand this. I can't put my feet in this. I'm literally going to get frostbite. And then I kind of like tried to do a maneuver where I could kind of keep my legs out while still being in the tub. And I thought, okay, as long as I can fix my legs, I'll be fine. Nah, as I said to many of our coworkers, I almost lost my manhood, if you get what I mean. Yeah.
You came in today, and literally, or was it today or the other day?
I don't know, probably.
I think it was the other day. And he just said, Noah, I almost lost my manhood.
I really did. If you could probably see in the video of me putting my hands in a specific place, because it just hurt so much.
I bet.
My biggest fear, though, is that people won't believe that I actually did it, because you can't really see me in ice. And, it was horrible. You have to believe me. It was horrible.
I believe you, because I used to have to do ice baths when I played football. They had us do, like, an ice bath, like, once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was awful. We had a whole big, like, kiddie pool of just ice and water. It was awful. I hated it.
Okay.
I hated every second of it.
But, yeah, it was a very horrible experience. I don't ever want to do that again. But hey, maybe in the near future, if you guys are really awesome, maybe I will do it again. Just for views. Just for views.
Or maybe I will.
Or maybe both of us will.
Oh my god. That'd be insane.
Oh god. Alright, so anyway, let's get to the discussions. Alright, Noah, we're fairly good friends, right? We're fairly good friends.
Yeah, we're pretty good friends.
Now, I would say we know quite a bit about each other. Not everything, of course.
Right.
Now, I actually don't think I know this about you, so I'm curious. What is your biggest fear?
Okay. My biggest fear is that when I was younger, it was spiders.
Okay.
But as I got older, I came to the realization that they're not gonna do anything to me. I mean, they can bite me, yes. Some of them can be poisonous, but I'm just not afraid. I hate the big ones. The big ones just look freaky, and they're hairy, and ugh. I don't like them. I'm not afraid of them. Like,
no, I got you.
Anxiety, yeah, but I just don't like them. Now I actually came to the conclusion, because of recent events, and like whole life experiences, I'm actually afraid of dogs now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, now you are, or you used to be?
I am now.
Really?
It's not so much like all dogs in general. I have no problem if they're puppies. I have no problem if they're my dogs. I have no problem if I already know the dog.
Yeah, okay.
It's just other people's dogs.
So,
I
just
I don't.
off topic, to the viewers, my brother has a dog named Pocket, and you met Pocket
Yeah.
before. What? Were
Yeah.
you scared of him at all, or?
I did get a little bit of anxiety
Because I didn't know
just because
that.
I didn't.
I really didn't know
No,
that you.
I didn't know it until recently. I started having like nightmares about dogs. I recently got bit. I wasn't harmed. I wasn't
Oh, yeah, I
harmed.
got
I
it.
had a I had a leather jacket on, and I went to go visit my grandmother and my aunt's dog. I've known the dog since he was a puppy.
Yeah.
Okay. He was never really that fond of me. Like he just wouldn't. I don't know why. It was so weird because usually dogs would love me and all that stuff, but there is a glass door and it doesn't close.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to close it, they have to push the handlebar up or the knob or whatever
Yeah.
up so that way it wouldn't open up. He bust that down. And I was just walking by. He bust that glass door down and he came and he bit me.
Okay. Like, did it hurt? Like, I know you're fine now, but like.
It scared the shit out of me and I wasn't expecting it. I was luckily wearing my thick leather varsity jacket on.
Yeah.
Like I had it on. And he bit my arm.
God.
He like
He let
he let go.
Mhm.
Yeah, he let go. He didn't puncture it or anything. It just scared the shit out of me. And if I wasn't wearing anything, he would have done something.
Shit.
It's just after that I started having like nightmares and dreams about like, being that dog or other dogs, just random dogs just attacking me and every time I come into like a presence of a dog that I don't know or
Yeah.
like I just don't trust them as much as I used to, and I get like anxiety and fear. I can feel the anxiety and fear. But no, when I first met Pocket, you told me what kind of dog he was. Small dogs don't.
Scare you?
It's
Which
yeah, they
makes
don't
sense.
scare me. I do get a little bit of anxiety, but they don't really scare me. And when I started getting anxious when you said like I have a dog and I'm gonna let him down here, I'm like, oh sweet, like I mean I get to see a new dog. But at the same time, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know the dog.
Mhm.
I don't know what he's gonna do. And he ended up waddling down the
Yeah,
stairs.
yeah, it
and I was
was
like,
like,
oh, he's fine. He's a
fatty.
cute little puppy. Right. But yeah. So recently, I just came into the conclusion that I am afraid of dogs.
Okay, I get you. Before
What about you, Trey?
I'll tell you about my fear, but before we continue, I'll tell you a story because I've also had a dog-related story like yours, kind of.
Okay.
I hope I don't scare you. I don't think I'll actually scare you, but
No.
So the way this was, I think, 2 years ago over the summer, and I was volunteering at Mount St. Mary's Hospital, and I made a bunch of friends there. And one day we just decided to, hang out. So it was me, this one guy named Carl, and then 3 of the girls that we volunteered with. And Carl picked me up first. And we were going to pick up the girls. We stopped by his house, and he said to us, "He's like, hey, so I have a service dog, and he's, oh god, I can't think of the name of it. What's the kind of like police type of dog? I can't think of the name.
German Shepherd.
Yes, he was a German Shepherd, and he was like,
Oh.
he's a service dog, and he's really big. He's adorable. He's wonderful, but he's really big and scary looking. So what if we put him into the trunk, bring him with us, and scared the girls?" And I was like, all in, full send. I was petting the dog. I loved it. It was amazing. And then we picked up the girls, and we thought it would be a fun idea to go to the park. So, and, we were wondering if it would be okay, but no matter what, he was a service dog, so it was fine. Like, we even
Right.
brought a service vest with him. So, we went to the park, and, I'm just being my goofy self, I'm doing things, and then I see the swing sets, like, far away. And it's like, look at the swings! I'm gonna go get it! And I start running. As soon as I start running, the dog gets on my side, and he bites
Yep.
me. He bites me. And, I get off, and I go, like, the old wincing, and I'm like, ugh, ugh. But I tried to play it off, because I didn't want to ruin everyone's fun. So I
Right,
just kept
yeah, I know.
running to the swing set, at the same time being like, ah, Like, I didn't think it hurt too much until I was, like, at the swing side. I was like, damn, this really hurts. I was thinking he did no damage, really. He only just went, like, a big scrape on me. But then I
Right.
felt my side, and I was bleeding.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was wearing 2 shirts. I was wearing 2 T-shirts. He bit through both my T-shirts and left... Basically, it looked like if a bear clawed my side. It wasn't horrible looking, but it wasn't good. It was not good looking. I
Right.
went home. My parents were pissed.
Oh, about the dog.
Yeah. They didn't, like, I
Yeah.
told him it wasn't his fault. I was me being stupid, and they were like, it's okay, but for fuck's sake. And then,
Yeah.
it was fine. Oh my god, but...
I had actually almost the same exact experience, except I was at my cousin's house,
Mhm.
and we were on our way home from a Native American ceremony,
Okay.
and we stopped there. We don't get to see them for a while. Like, we don't see them very often, and they always have dogs.
Uh-huh.
They have like maybe like 8 dogs just around the house. They don't even know whose they are. They just feed them.
Mhm.
So we go up. I always get anxiety when I go around there, just because they're wild dogs.
Oh, yeah.
But so the one day I was 8, when we go to this ceremony, they end up giving out food,
Mhm.
and I know my parents love this type of food, and so I had it in my pocket.
Okay.
And this dog, when I got there, he wouldn't leave me alone. And they're like, "Oh no, he's friendly. He just likes to play, and that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So we go into the field, and they're like, "All right, let's see who can run down the hill the fastest." The dog comes following us, exactly like your experience. We start running, and
He goes straight for the...
we're running,
Yeah.
and he came chasing me.
Mhm.
That is the fastest. My grandfather will tell you to this day. They all laughed. They all thought it was hilarious. I was running for my life. Mind you, I was 8 years old, and this was a German Shepherd. A full-grown German Shepherd. And I was running through the trees, dodging and weaving. And he was not getting off my ass. And then he tackled me,
Shit.
and he bit my ass.
Did it do damage, or...
He was pawing at it, and then he bit it. Yeah, I was bleeding. There was bite marks, but I'm like, why is he chasing me? Why? It was because I had the cookies in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. That's just
so
fucking scary.
I grab it. I'm like, oh man, they were all crushed and that kind of stuff. But Ed, that was probably my first experience with a dog that I actually had genuine like terror because of
No,
it.
and it makes total sense, because that's fucking terrifying. German Shepherds, as lovable as they are and as cool of dogs they're terrifying.
Right.
They're terrifying.
Right.
But to go on my fear, I don't have, like... I know it sounds like a cop-out, but I don't have a fear. Like a regular fear that most people have. I'm not really afraid of it. When I was a child, to go back with kind of like you were, I was more afraid of not really ghosts, but just scary things. Like I was terrified of jump scares. Like I could not watch a scary video. Sometimes to this day, I have trouble even watching like one of Mark's scary videos, because it's just I don't like jump scares. And as a kid, I hated them. I dreaded them. I never watched a scary movie when I was a child because I hated jump scares. Now I've kind of gotten over it. Sometimes I'll be like, most of the time I will choose not to watch a scary movie, but if I'm like, if a friend's like, oh, watch it with us, I usually don't, scream. I'm usually fine with it. Worst comes to worst, a jump scare happens, I just, push myself back. Yeah. But I don't really have a fear. I guess my biggest thing is I'm more afraid of what can happen to other people. Like my whole thing is I would hate it, and my biggest fear is what I do and how it will affect people. Most of the time I don't let it like get to me, But, after, like, a specific circumstance where it's like, oh, you did this, and this happened to this person, then I get really afraid, because it's like, I don't want to ruin this person's,
Right.
Day for some stupid reason of mine, And, at Tops, it's kind of like a horrible thing, because, you get people like, oh, where's this item? And it's like, oh, I know exactly where it is. And then I go to the place and it's not there. And it's like, oh my god, I'm going to ruin this whole person's day. I feel like if anything gives me that anxiety, it's just making a person's day, less nice. It's
Right.
me having that thought that I ruined someone's day that I really just hate.
I understand that.
I feel like
I get that completely.
I don't really have any other fears. Like, I don't even really. I'm afraid of death. Like, of course, if somebody put a gun to my head, I'll probably be like, but
Right.
in most cases, I'm really
Because you don't have any control.
yeah.
Basically, yeah. That makes sense.
In most cases, though, I'm not really afraid of anything. And I don't even mean to say that, like, oh, I'm so cool. But my main thing is, like, when there's no, like, thing that I really think of that keeps me up at night that scares me. So, yeah.
Right.
That's my main thing. That I'm really not afraid of anything. All right, so that's fear.
Like I said, like I said before, though, but, like, I just recently figured out that I had a fear of dogs.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just recently, because of those dreams.
No, I got you.
Yeah, I actually got bit by my own dog when I was 12. I think it was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on here, but there's a scar on the back of my head.
Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I see what you're talking about. Like, it's a kind of like bald spot. I think I see it.
Yeah. That's my scar.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he bit my head.
Fuck.
Yeah. He didn't let go. I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He was the nicest dog on the planet. He was a pit bull American bulldog named Cloud, and we had rescued him from the SPCA, and he was our first dog. He was the best dog, like I said. He actually went on to my bus a couple of times just to say hi to everybody on the bus and then leave. And then he'd go back in the house. But, like, when he attacked me, he was tied up on a tree, and on the res, there are wild dogs.
Yeah.
And there was a pack of them that came and beat the shit out of him.
Shit.
So he was recovering, basically, and me and my younger sister was around 2 or 3 at the time, we were wrestling, and I didn't realize he was under the couch. Like, he was, like, right next to the couch, and I didn't see him. I fell on him.
Oh, shit.
And
then
that was just his instinct, was just to bite me. It wasn't his fault.
No.
It wasn't my fault. It just happened. And my dad was in the shower. He was the only one home. And he heard me, like, saying, ow, 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 ow. And that's all I did. I didn't scream. I didn't do anything. Luckily, I turned when I did, or else, like, he probably would have got my face. Or luckily, it was me and not my sister. My sister was 3. That could have killed her. So we just took that into consideration. We were like, yeah, we can't have him anymore. And we ended up getting rid of him. We didn't put him down because that's a sick-ass thing. That's sick.
That's just horrible.
No. So we ended up giving him to my cousin. I think he'd be about, like, 13 now. I think he's probably gone now. But
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
What can you do? I feel like you did the right decision. Like, I feel like it would be the best to just give the dog away. All right. Well, that basically sums up fears. All right. So,
Next.
All right. I guess, should I tell them about my gift?
Your gift. Yeah, it's your gift.
So,
yes.
Let me just get that ready real quick. So, my only hope is that every viewer of this video is fairly acquainted with the hit TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. Recently, a friend of mine named Sofia Volante from Tops did an amazing thing. She made me a painting.
It really is truly amazing. Bold and brash.
I specifically told her, if I could have any painting in the world, it would be bold and brash. And she heard that, and she went home immediately and started oil painting it. I saw this, and I was just like, this is the most beautiful thing I could have ever asked for.
She came into work.
She came into work.
And she wasn't even working.
She just came in this plastic bag, and there it was, bold and brash. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I have now been the envy of all of Tops, of all of Western New York, because I own Bold and Brash. Fucking love this painting. I unfortunately have not been able to really hang it up yet, because I don't want to ruin it, of course. So I've basically just been leaning up against my my desk over here. In fact, I'll leave it right here to leave up, so I can always look at Bold and Brash when I'm working. Beautiful. Oh, but yeah, I guess that could bring up the basic topic. Me and you have talked about this at 4 at work. We've really we go into in-depth on SpongeBob.
We actually have a conversations with the whole
Tops.
cashier, like the whole floor of cashiers.
Because SpongeBob is just such a fucking incredible show. What's your favorite episode? That's the best question to ask. What is your favorite episode of Tops?
There's so many. There's so many good episodes.
We've talked.
There's so many of my favorite episodes. I just recently came to the conclusion that maybe when Sandy goes into hibernation.
Okay, wait. Before we continue on, I just remembered the episode I was thinking about before we started the session.
Oh, yeah. Before.
So it was the episode. Remember when Mr. Krabs sold SpongeBob's soul to the dungeon for 62 cents? Classic episode.
Yes.
Classic
oh, my God.
Episode, where he basically goes,
"You had to choose between SpongeBob and all the money I have in my pocket. Which would you take?"
That depends. How much money are we talking about?
Mr. Krabs! 62 cents.
I'll take the money.
Mr. Krabs! Here you go, Krabs.
62
And then it gets even better, like, toward the end, when Mr. Krabs is, doing stuff with Squidward, and he's like, "Mr. Krabs, do I understand that you sold SpongeBob, the only person that likes working here, your only real apprentice, for 62 cents?" Classic episode.
That one is a good
It's
one.
Great. Oh my God. For me, whenever I think of the best episode, my thought process always go toward Band Geeks, because that's the episode with a Sweet Victory, and that's just beautiful.
Yep.
But there are just too many good episodes.
One of my favorite, the reason why the hibernation episode is so good to me is because it's so quotable.
Exactly.
You can always quote that episode, like, "I'm Dirty Dan."
But I think that's that's what's so good about SpongeBob. It's just such a fucking quotable show, and it's so
and most people will get the quotes.
To be honest, from season 1 to probably season 6 of SpongeBob, and I'll even do the research after this video, every episode probably has at least one really notable quote. At least one.
True.
Because you know what? I wonder what the worst episode of SpongeBob is. I feel like it's not that hard to figure out once you've watched it all, but I wonder what the worst episode of SpongeBob is.
I honestly cannot think of any of the worst episodes of SpongeBob.
If I'm
gonna be honest.
I remember there was a newer one. I think what made it worst for me was because I just watched it so many times. But I remember it was an episode...
That does happen.
I remember there was an episode... It was part of the newer seasons. Not the newest, but I was probably in 6th or 7th grade when it was coming out. It was an episode where it was basically SpongeBob was trying to buy all the Mermaid Man and Barnacle trading cards. And just Patrick had the only good one. And I remember I watched it so many times because it would just keep rerunning. And it was
cheesy. Yeah.
It's just such a quotable show. And they are really just so many good episodes. Even the first season had gems. Do you remember the episode where Squidward died?
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite line for that episode is Squidward's feeling sad. He's like,
SpongeBob, I have a confession to make.
You're bald?
No, I'm not bald!
Yeah.
Classic episode. Oh my god. All right, now more SpongeBob related questions since we're on the topic. There is a definitive answer to this. You have to understand.
Okay.
I need to know what you think. I need to know your preference because I don't think I asked you the question. Noah,
Hit me.
what is the saddest SpongeBob song? There's a right answer. There's a right answer. Don't try to say it.
I think it's Gary
Thank
Come
you.
Home.
Thank you. Ellie, you know Ellie. Ellie
Yeah.
said that this grill was not a home, which granted,
That is a sad song. That is a sad
but
song.
nothing compares to Gary Come Home. Nothing. Oh, my mic. Nothing compares to Gary Come Home. Nothing. To talk about Gary Come Home a lot more, recently a new SpongeBob movie was supposed to come out. I don't know if it came.
It was supposed to come out in theaters. I think it's Sponge on the Run.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
I don't remember when it was supposed to come out. But I remember watching the trailer for it. And it was basically Gary Come Home. It was literally
Gary Come Home.
And I was
The
like,
movie.
this is a stupid movie, and I know it's gonna be a stupid movie. But the thing that's gonna
You gotta watch
make and break the movie though. If they play Gary Come Home, I'm all set. Even if the rest of the movie's trash. If they play Gary Come Home, I'm done. You got me. On the other hand, though, if they don't play Gary Come Home, I'm out. I walk out of the theater. I will give it a negative review. I will go to Nickelodeon Studios and trash them if they do not play Gary Come Home during that movie. Because that's the perfect plot. That's just the perfect thing to bring it back to.
It really is.
God.
It makes it go full circle.
It's just... what is it? It's just such a great...
What's your favorite SpongeBob quote?
My favorite SpongeBob quote?
Yeah.
Because I quoted so many times. If I had to pick two, what would be...
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
Because that's just something you can use so many times.
Yeah.
Another one is, I really like the, goodbye everyone, I'll remember you all in therapy. Classic line. But there's just... Oh, there's
There really
so
is.
many good ones. Like, to name a couple, there's the episode, it was the This Grill Is Not a Home episode, where Plankton goes,
Brace yourself, SpongeBob. This is my lab. And this is my laboratory.
Yeah.
classic line.
I think my favorite is either Patrick, your genius is showing.
Where?
Yeah, that or he's what was it? You're a claustrophobic.
What's claustrophobic
Ho, ho.
mean? It means he's
Ho,
afraid of
ho, ho.
Santa Claus. No, you're right.
Stop it, Patrick! You're scaring him.
You know what? A quote. It's not really funny, but a quote I actually do more than I realize is, if it's sometimes I mean it as a joke, but it's a quote from that same episode where it goes, "If you dream big enough and dig deep enough, all your dreams will come true." I use that way more than I think because I've used that several times.
What was your senior quote from, or did you not have a senior quote?
No, I had a senior quote. I can't remember. Let me find it.
Is it from the good book?
It's not from the good book. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. As Cuomo would say.
Hello? I couldn't hear you.
We gotta hit the 60 subscribers before I can do a challenge. What, before next week?
I think it's next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, but
Next Tuesday? Next Tuesday, we gotta hit 60 subscribers in order for me to do a challenge.
Come on.
So,
I need him to feel pain too, please.
I want a challenge. I don't back down from a challenge unless it's illegal or impossible, but I will try the impossible. All right, continue.
All right, so I'll do... before we go into my senior quote, what was your senior quote? Might as well ask.
It was from The Office. It was from Dwight. 1 sec, I'll be right back.
Get your earbud. We got them all.
All right. Where am I? There I am. No, wait, that's not me. There I am. Okay. I am ready to face any challenge that might be foolish enough to face me.
Hey.
By Dwight
That
Schrute.
actually makes sense for you because
It
you
does
have to
make
do a
sense.
challenge.
Right.
My
Hit that subscribe button
that subscribe button. So
right now.
my quote has a bit of a story. I'll go into it quickly because I know this video is going a bit longer. So my original senior quote, I had a friend named Melissa Caserdo, and her last name is right next to my last name, which is Queso. So we would be right next to each other in the
Right.
yearbook. And we were planning on doing quotes that worked with each other. So she was going to say, sometimes you have to enjoy the sweeter things in life, like blowing bubbles. And my quote was going to be, they call me Bubbles in the classroom because I'm always rising to the top. It was
You
classic.
didn't do that.
It was great. But they caught it right then. And I was
No!
like, they caught it when they were making the yearbook. I was like, damn it. Because they probably saw it right next to each other. I was like, we can't do that. And I was like, damn it. It would have worked so perfectly.
Damn.
But anyway, my actual senior quote was from Johnny Depp, which if people don't know
Really?
me that well, Noah, do you not know this about me? I don't know if you know this about me.
I do not know this about
Noah, I have a serious man crush for Johnny Depp. I'll go in really
Okay.
quickly. The summer of 9th grade, I was very bored. Like, basically, because, I didn't have a lot to do. I didn't have work. I didn't have any, YouTube stuff. I was basically a very bored high school boy that just got out of his first year of high school. So,
Okay.
I remember I was watching a movie called Sweeney Todd, which is one of my favorite movies and my favorite musical of all time. It was something that just my brother brought me into when I was like 8. And then I finally watched it at that time. So then I was like, wow, this is a pretty good movie. And hey, that's Johnny Depp. I know him from Pirates of the Caribbean. And then I looked him up. I saw what other movies he was in. And one of the other movies he was in was Edward Scissorhands. And I was like,
Right.
I've heard of Edward
Classic.
Scissorhands, but I've never seen it. So then I saw it. And to this day, it's the only movie that ever made me cry.
Really? I've never actually watched the entire movie.
I love that movie so much. And then that day, when I watched Edward Scissorhands, I looked at his list of movies, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of movies. What if I watched them all? And Noah, by the end of that summer, I watched every single Johnny Depp movie. Not only that, I basically own every Johnny Depp movie. It's right
Oh
over
my
there.
God.
This time I'll actually do it. I'll put a picture of it right here. I own basically
Right. I'm not pointing this time, but right over there. Yeah.
I own basically every Johnny Depp movie, to the point that close to the end of the year in my 10th grade, my sophomore year, my earth science teacher, because we had nothing else to do, let me do a legitimate 40-minute presentation about Johnny Depp. And it would have went longer if my teacher didn't let me go on. If my teacher let me go on, but she was like, we actually have to do
You're
stuff.
one of those people.
I did a fucking
Those 2 hours.
I did a 40 fucking minute Johnny Depp presentation that I still have. I still have it. I don't like that I still have it, but I still have it. God. Like, I knew everything about the guy to that point. And my quote was, I like the challenge of trying different things and wondering whether I'm gonna fall flat on my face. Oh, so yeah, that's why I made my senior quote. But yeah, I like Johnny Depp still. What I mainly like about him is I like his acting. It's a very chameleon-like acting approach, and I just really enjoy that. But yeah, I watched every single one of his fucking movies. Jesus Christ.
All right. Do you want to know Mario's senior quote?
What?
I am the one that knocks. Walter
Of
White.
course it was. Of course it was. That fucking ass.
And then my friend Austin Neal, he's in a lot of my YouTube videos,
Austin.
my gaming
Yeah,
videos.
I know Austin. He's Frank's roommate. Well, yeah.
Right, yeah, he's Frank's roommate. His senior quote was egg. It was the word egg. It wasn't by anybody. That's it. That's all it was. There was another. Oh, my friend Colton. Where's he at? I gotta find it. It's super. They don't think it be like it is,
But it
but it do. And then Mr. Sheasley. That was my gym teacher. But he never said that. There's so many good ones.
Oh man, what was Matt's?
He didn't have one.
Really? Oh, come on! I bet he could have gotten a great one.
I know.
What was Frank's? Is Frank in there?
Oh my God, Frank! I gotta look at. I totally forgot Frank. I don't know. Oh, he'd be at the end.
Yeah, because Weast, whatever his last.
Weast.
Another classic line.
Yeah. There he is. Oh my God, he looks so handsome.
Handsome boy.
That was fun. Let's never do that again.
Because I could just see him saying that. Because that would just be something he would say.
That was his quote.
My God.
It's so funny because some of these people I have never ever seen before.
Oh no, yeah. I understand that 100%.
And I went to school with these people for a while, and I thought I knew everyone in my class. But I have never seen some of these people before, ever.
I was the same way. I'm pretty sure, especially because I'm pretty sure Newport was a very much smaller school than Niagara-Wheatfield. That's where you went, right?
Yeah.
It's a very much smaller school where it's like, I think my graduating class had 175 people. And I wouldn't say it was like the popular kid, but my whole thing was people knew who I was. Like, everyone basically...
Right, you're you.
Yeah, everyone basically knew who I was. But I didn't know everyone. I barely knew everyone in my class. Which was, it was always weird when you got people from outside of school be like, "Hi, Trey." And I go, "Hi." And I walk away as like, I don't know who that person is.
The same thing happened with me, but they never knew my real name. They only knew me by my high school nickname, which was Booty.
That's right, you told me.
It was, at first, it was just a football thing, because apparently, I don't know. So, the reason why they called me Booty, it originally started off with Booty Flake.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I've never played football before. This was my freshman year of high school, going into my freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
And in football, I was a big kid, and you have to make a stance. I was a lineman, so you had to make a stance, and every time I made a stance or fired out from that stance is when you run out from the stance. I made a face, and I didn't know, and so gradually, as the days went on, they just started calling me Booty Flake, and I was getting pissed off. Honestly, I'm like, why do you keep calling me that? Like, why? And they're like, it's because you look like you're eating booty flakes every time you go into a stance. And I was like, what the hell is a booty flake? And if you don't know, it's leftover poop. But anyway, yeah, I was very, very confused. I was like, what? Okay. And they just kept calling me Booty Flake. And
Makes sense.
When I got into high school, they called me Booty Flake in the hallway, and then that became too long, and then they started just calling me Booty. And to this day, people from high school still call me Booty.
I can get that.
That's why it's my PlayStation username. That's why it's my Xbox username. That's why it's just... It basically, I had no control over it. I just embraced it. So that way,
I get you. God. All right, Booty. Well, I guess we gotta end this podcast now.
Oh, God, I haven't heard that in forever.
So, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this wasn't as filled with, as much loud moments as there were, or as many, I don't know. This podcast felt differently to me, but I still liked it. I still enjoy it.
It felt more, real.
Yeah.
I want to say
Yeah.
it wasn't I don't know. It just felt genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just having a regular discussion like a podcast should be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, after this video, if you guys would, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Please, I want Noah to feel pain. Please.
I want to do a challenge.
Please. But anyway.
Give me a challenge.
Me and Noah have been talking, and we do have some cool things planned for you in the future. So I hope you guys continue watching. Leave a like, subscribe, especially leave a comment. Especially if you want us.
Please leave a comment.
Especially if you want us to talk about a specific topic on these podcasts, play a specific game, do a specific thing, and especially so Noah gets a fucking nice challenge.
I want a good challenge.
A good challenge. But anyway,
I'm already doing like 8 of them right now, but still, I want more challenges. Well, excuse me.
All right. So anyway, my boys, thanks for watching the Essential Podcast. We'll see you later, my guys. See ya.